Lil Woody, I am amused by this guy. I think that this is the funniest witness that I've ever seen. You know, I was reading, as I showed this to you guys, I was reading some of the comments in the chat of this guy taking a stand yesterday. And some of the people were saying, this got to be practice. They got to be having this guy on a stand for practice. There's no way that this is a real trial. This is one of the longest trials in our lifetime, 100 and something days. This got to cost Young Thug literally $20 million in lawyers' fees alone. Gotta cost him $20 million in lawyers' fees alone. Let's see what Lil Woody had to say yesterday. He was one of the key witnesses, and this is basically what he was communicating. Now, let me also preface this by saying that there are clips going around of him admitting, him saying, which we don't know whether we should believe him or not, which basically disqualifies him as a credible witness, as an incredible star witness. He literally said that him and his homeboy went and shot up. First, he asked the judge, he said, my words can't be used against me in a court of law, right? Because I got immunity. And the judge said, absolutely, which they have a new judge now after they kicked the old judge off the bench. And then he admitted to actually shooting up Rich Homie Quan, which is a rapper for some of y'all that may not be aware, shooting up Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop. I said, this dude is insane. This is insane. But let me go ahead and play some of the questioning.
Now, do you know an individual who goes by the name Rich Homie Quan?
Who is it?
Do you know a person who goes by the name of Rich Homie Quan?
Rich Homie Quan?
Yes.
Oh, the rapper?
He raps.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know him? Have you ever spoken to Rich Homie Quan yourself?
No.
Okay. Do you recall the time?
I don't recall speaking to him.
Okay. Do you recall talking to Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis in this same interview about conversations you had with Rich Homie Quan?
No, I do not recall having a conversation about Rich Homie Quan.
And that Rich Homie Quan, you told Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that Rich Homie Quan was a part of If Gang.
This sounds so silly to me. Honest to God. You said that he was a part of the If Gang. If the prosecution loses this case, this will be one of the biggest, most epic failures that you will ever see in your lifetime. I believe that this would be a bigger failure as far as, because I don't believe that OJ actually killed them people, but I think that this would be a bigger failure, and it really doesn't matter whether he killed them or not, but this would be a bigger failure on the prosecution to be able to secure Young Thug and his RICO case and going to jail, because they've spent so much time, so many resources, so much has come out as a result of it. Judges had to recuse themselves, lawyers being threatened with all kind of stuff. This will be one of the biggest failures of all time. How can you rest and hinge your entire case on Lil Woody?
I don't recall.
Okay. And that you told Detective Gaither and Dennis that Rich Homie Quan felt torn between being with If Gang and being friends with Thug.
Again, I'm just telling police whatever they convince them that I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So why would you bring Rich Homie Quan into any of it? Why would that be necessary?
I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear you.
Why would it be necessary to even talk about Rich Homie Quan
to
the police?
So when the police question me, my whole motive is to get them off of me. So if they sitting me down, laughing, hee-ha, like you doing when y'all was up there asking me, and I told you I was lying, this is the same thing going on. They sit here, I don't know about them asking me about Rich Homie Quan or nothing, but if they bring up a name, if they ask me something, I'm finna come up with something that act like I'm in the midst, like I know what's going on. I don't sit around and gospel with people. I don't sit in people's faces. Like I'm out in the streets. I like to be I like to be outside. I'm not sitting around trying to listen to what nobody got to say.
Okay.
He basically just threw the whole case in that statement right there. He said, listen, when y'all come up to me and y'all ask me a question, I'm going to give y'all whatever it is that I need to give y'all. Whatever it is that I need to give y'all in order to make sure that I can get free. First of all, let me just say this. This is the worst type of friend that you can have around you. Because this dude will throw anybody under the bus and everybody. I honestly believed after I watched several different clips and several different instances of him being questioned, in addition to him being questioned before when they had the black judge, the bald-headed black judge that was complaining about the fact that he had a secret meeting with a witness, I believe that this is the person that blew the whole case open in the first place that then caused for them to charge Young Thug and YSL in this whole situation in the first place. He was giving up too much information. I don't think that it was all based off of evidence. I think that it was based off of happenstance. And then they connected a couple different dots and they decided to bring this whole RICO case. And then they depended on him because he was the one that gave them all of the information in the first place. And so now the whole case has to fall apart because he's basically no longer being a credible witness by just saying anything and we don't know what to believe. I absolutely believe that he was the one why why Young Thug is sitting in court today. He is the foundation and the legwork behind why prosecutors felt like they would be able to secure a conviction in the first place. And they hinged it all on this guy. And he literally just told y'all. He said, listen, man. He said, look. I'm going to tell you whatever it is that you want to hear in order for me to be able to get out of here. I'll throw him under the bus. I'll throw him under the bus. I'll tell you what you want to hear. I'll bring that rapper in. I'll tell you I know this guy, YFN Lucci, Rich Homie Quan, Young Thug, whatever. Yeah, oh yeah, they did that. Oh yeah, I did that. And he said he'd tell them whatever it is that they need to hear in order for them to be able to let him go. And that's why he's got immunity now. He literally is saying this on the stand.
But when you originally went to the police, it was to talk about being shot at on the highway. So what would anything about Rich Homie Quan, why would you need to talk about Rich Homie Quan at all?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Okay. Isn't it true that that you told the detectives that Rich Homie Quan said to you, we the same set. You right here hitting these niggas, this and that. So we talk.
This is like the most ghetto thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. Are y'all hearing this line of questioning? Do you hear what the prosecutors are basically presenting and the type of questions that they asking? Listen to what she just asked. Listen, y'all.
Quan said to you, we the same set. You right here hitting these niggas, this and that.
Is this not cringe to y'all? When I hear this type of stuff and I hear this woman reading this and I'm wondering, hey, did they put the black woman up there to questioning because they know that she had to read that line? If the white prosecutor read the line, would it then be, would it be the same? Would they be calling the white prosecutor racist or would they be saying, no, she's just reading from the paper of what he said? Would y'all make this a race thing if it was a white prosecutor up there asking these questions and quoting what he said? This is so ghetto, man.
So we talk. We the same set. I just can't turn my back on them. Like it ain't that, bro. This is what you're telling him. You supporting these niggas. Bro, I'm telling you, the more you supporting them, the more they gonna come out and do that. If you leave them alone, then everything gonna go away. And this is what you're telling Detective Gaither and Dennis that you said to Rich Homie Quan.
So let me. Gaither was a gang investigator, and what she do is she sit in the neighborhood, watch us all day, and she put cases on it. So I know Gaither to sit there, and so when I'm interacting with Gaither, the main thing go through my mind is to convince her that I know what I'm talking about. That was my motive. So be bringing up Rich Homie Quan ain't never been like that in my eyes. So for me to be, I'm just trying to make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. They said he want a big fish, and he's a big rapper. So shit, I'm trying to make up whatever I can come up with. I don't know. I don't remember what I said to no police. It's all stuff out the top of my dome. You ask me a question right now, I go out the top of my dome, and I convince you that I'm telling the truth.
Okay, well then they basically said that there's nothing that you shouldn't believe anything that's coming out of my mouth because I could be telling the truth, I could be lying, I could be embellishing. Honestly, and you are talking to a person, and y'all know me. You know I don't believe in criminal activity. I don't believe in supporting criminal activity. I don't align with it. It's not a good thing. It's not great. I believe that people should be snitching and throwing other people under the bus so we can make our community safer. I hold Black culture accountable for some of the worst things that happen within the culture because we know who the killers and the dealers are. But above all, I believe that we should have, and that you absolutely, positively have your day in court, and you have to be convicted in the court and the jury amongst your peers without a reasonable doubt. You have to have solid evidence, and your case got to be slammed up. Regardless of what we think and regardless of whether or not you committed the crime, it is up to the prosecution to prove their case, and I think that they failed miserably. I believe, and this hurts me to my heart to say, I believe that you cannot convict this man and you cannot put him in prison. And that this case should absolutely be a not guilty because it's too circumstantial. Your key witnesses and the people that you actually depended on in order to convict this man, your star witness is not credible. He just basically said that he's lying to you on multiple different occasions and 2 different t-shirts and in his church suit. He basically telling you, I'm going to tell you whatever it is that you want to hear in order for me to get released. There's no way in the world that you should be able to convict this man based off of the evidence and the witnesses that you have on the stand. I absolutely think he should be let go. I do not believe that he should be found guilty at all. Not based off of what it is that they're presenting right here. No way, no how. Absolutely not. Before anything, I believe in the court of law. And you have to present your case, and it's innocent until proven guilty. You have to present your case as a slam dunk case, and we cannot make this man go to jail based off of circumstantial evidence. Absolutely not. I believe in the American justice system before I believe in throwing somebody under the jail based off of something that they may or may not have done. I think that they should throw this away, and I think that he absolutely need to be freed. Absolutely need to be freed. Let me play a little bit more of what he's saying.
Okay. So in response, you said that Rich Homie Quan asked for your protection. And he said, you told detectives, then he's like, why don't you protect me, bro? We need y'all, bro. I need y'all to protect me. And you said, how the hell are we going to protect you?
Can you say it again?
Sure. In the same interview with Detective Gaither, you said after you spoke with Rich Homie Quan asked for your protection.
He a millionaire. What he need my protection for?
Why would you tell Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that?
They the police and they trying to get me.
Okay.
That's it right there. That's enough right there. He gonna say whatever it is that he want to say, not because it's true. Y'all actually thought that this was a good idea to put a dude named Lil Woody on the stand and thought that he was gonna cooperate and that he was gonna absolutely throw a thug on the bus in front of everybody on national TV. I'm starting to question whether or not these people should even be prosecutors in the first place. Let me go ahead.